Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. It's Robin Fritz and we're live in Seattle, Washington. Today we are going to talk about whether reincarnation is real. We are going to do a meditation with the crystal Fallon, a healing with the goddess, a crystal of the week, a lot of stuff to cover today. And for the first person who types in would like to volunteer for a free reading, please just type your name in there, say yes, I volunteer, and we'll get to your question. But thank you again for joining me today. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist. I host a radio show at ohmtimes.com radio every Monday at 2 Pacific time called The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World. And each Tuesday at 11 Pacific time, we're here at Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. And my work is to help you tap your natural, intuitive, and healing abilities. And today, I know you're joining me wherever you are in the world. It's a very somber day for Americans. And a lot of grief in the world over just more tragedy in our beautiful country and the tragedies around the world, either human-caused or as a result of natural events. So let's, okay, thank you for volunteering. Hang on, let me write your name down. So type in your question that you'd like me to look at for you, CE. This is a platform I'm just trying to get used to using, and I don't always get the comments. So please just type in your question you'd like me to look at, and we'll get to that. So thank you for volunteering, and tell us where you're joining us from. And while you're doing that, let's go back to the crystal Fallon. Fallon is a rare power crystal. He's a citrine Lemurian quartz, and you can feel his energy, you could see it, you could hear him speak to you, you know it intuitively, and we are going to tap into his energy today to offer healing to our sad souls and to all of the people around us who are suffering from personal tragedies or from what's happened recently, just to send healing and love and light to the world. And thank you for joining us from Florida. In a moment, I'll ask you to ask your question. But for those who are joining us now or later, please just relax in your chair if you can, and just give over these few minutes together with us today to tap into the energy of this remarkable crystal. However your intuition works will help you clear out your grief and despair, fill you with healthy, positive energy, and give you a boost for your day and your week. So if you take your attention into the top of your head, just take a deep breath, and just imagine you're breathing mind, body, and spirit more closely together. And as you breathe, just breathe that down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. Top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And as you do that, just feel stuck energy releasing, feel tension easing out. And now imagine Fallon as a gold light at the bottom of your feet. And this gold light is rotating. And as that light rotates, you can feel that energy. If you'd like to receive it, just feel that helping clear you out and boost you up. We all need a boost of healthy energy today and every week here in the United States. So as that energy moves up outside your body, past your knees, your hips, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your shoulders, your throat, your communication chakra, your third eye, and your crown chakra. You'll notice that your crown chakra will be wide open while we're connecting with Fallon today. And I know this is a live video, but let's just pause for a moment and let those energies clear us, and invite those healthy energies to go out and to support others. And so join us. So thank you again for joining us. And CE, thank you for your comment. You're feeling blocked pretty much everywhere. And we'll get back to that in a few minutes. So thank you for joining me and hang in there. But let's talk about reincarnation very quickly. I'm doing a webinar on reincarnation next week, and I did my radio show on it yesterday. And here's the thing. Is reincarnation real? Well, anyone who's joining the Om Times platforms and whatever platform it is here on Facebook, the magazine, the Institute here, their tremendous website, they're all intuitively minded people. And we could say spiritually, but intuitively minded people, you know that it's a possibility, right? And here's the thing. Throughout history, our religions and cultures have either supported or not supported the idea of reincarnation. I was born and raised Catholic, and they didn't believe in any of that. And yet, for the first 400 years of church's history, they allowed the idea of reincarnation and women, priests, and bishops. So what happens with our religious as well as our cultural institutions is politics. It's control, it's trying to help people move on and lead good lives, and other people decide for us what to believe. And we're not at that stage anymore. We're at the stage where we can look at concepts and do they apply to us, and why or why not? So some people think reincarnation is something only humans can do, and they think if they recognize a human soul that's now in an animal, they think, oh my gosh, that person's being punished for something. Other religions believe that if an animal reincarnates, it's because it's a human soul and it's been punished for some reason. And just all kinds of ideas out there. And my practice and my work is about what I personally experience and what I know from what my clients experience, either through their intuitive and spiritual ventures or through something like a past life regression. And I know that reincarnation is real. And here's the truth that I know about. Our souls are eternal. And despite religion, despite cultures, souls choose the form they need to take in order to do the work they chose for that experience. Meaning that if an animal comes back in an animal body, it chose that body because it believed that that body was the best body for the work that it came here to do. It's plain and simple. That's it. Everything works out in life, you know, they succeed in that journey and then they go on to a new soul experience. But as we all know, once the soul takes a body and free will and real life interact, anything can happen, which is why we take bodies to experience life in the first place. So as an intuitive and spiritual consultant and past life regression specialist, I see the amazing things that souls are up to all the time. And I just get so excited about it. And even at times like this week where we're all going, oh my gosh, again, why? Even through tough times, I look at the tough things and the great things that souls experience. And I know that it keeps happening. It keeps moving on. We keep growing and exploring. And, but I think it's easier to understand reincarnation by looking at our animal families, because the plain and simple truth is our animal families cycle around faster than we do. Anyone who's loved an animal knows that. Their lives are just usually much shorter than ours. But also, animals are more laid back than we are. We live in our heads a lot. We live mind-wise, and which is why our culture is so dominantly moved towards what it can prove in a scientific fashion, because we're living in our heads. When we start living in our whole bodies, in our hearts, in our souls, when we start experiencing these things, and I tell you, our animals are better at it than we are, because they pretty much know what they're up to and why they're doing it, and they're kind of confused about why we keep forgetting. They don't forget. They remember their previous lifetimes. I was just talking with my dog the other night. Do you remember being Alki? And he was like, yeah, and then jumped up and pawed me on my shoulder. Sure he does. And it's fascinating. So that's just a brief introduction to what I believe about reincarnation based on my experiences. And I invite you to join my webinar next week at the Experts platform at Learn It Live. experts.omtimes.com/RobinFritz. And we'll have a good time together. And we're going to talk about animals, the afterlife, and reincarnation, the things I've learned, the things my clients have learned, things that I've learned personally and in working with clients. And we'll have some fun together, and we'll grieve together for our lost loved ones. But I also wanted to cycle back quickly to last week's conversation about Atlantis and Lemuria, because I have received some emails on that. And that is a webinar that I'm doing this Thursday. It's free. And it's called Claiming Home from Lemuria to Atlantis to Home. And so here's the thing. If you feel like you're longing for home, right? It's a good webinar to join, because we'll explore why we feel that way. We'll explore why we're afraid, why we have this underlying fear that's really built into our DNA, why we forgot our ancient past, and why we're starting to remember it, and what the new emerging multidimensional energies of the earth mean for that, including a new chakra in our bodies. So it'll be a lot of fun this week. Join me for that, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But CE, you volunteered for a quick reading, and let me get to that. I mean, you covered like your whole life history, and at home, at work, and so on. And I'm sorry you're feeling blocked, and you're in good company, because a lot of us are feeling blocked these days. And what I'm seeing from you overall, and again, we're just doing this quickly in a few minutes, you're welcome to call into my radio show on Monday, 2 Pacific time. The phone number is 202-570-7057. I can type that in here, but I'm terrified of messing up my Be Live TV broadcast. But you're suffering a lot from despair and worry. And when we worry and we're in despair and we're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? That creates the block. That right there creates the block. And I know that's like saying, okay, I know I've got that block. How do I get rid of it? Try deep breathing. The first and foremost things we need to do when we're blocked at home, at work, whatever, with family, is to sit back and let that tension go, and feel your solar plexus. And as you breathe in and feel your solar plexus expand. Most of us are breathing backwards, what they call paradoxical breathing, which means we don't even know how to breathe correctly. And I know I had to have a physical therapist point that out to me. So hey, I only talk about what I know from my personal experience. But deep breathing and relax around it. And I'd put sea salt out around you, and I'd sit down and I'd invite my spirit team to come in and say, okay, help me clear out my fear and anxiety and let me move forward. And then, CE, be very practical about it. Write down what's blocking you, why you think it's blocking you, and then start at the top, with the simplest things that you can do. And that's why I say start breathing. Start allowing your chest to expand, your heart to open up, and say, okay, I messed up. Okay, I'm blocked here. Okay, I don't, I'm not working to the type of job that I want. What do I do next? Those are the big issues. The little issues are step by step, day by day. What can you do to move forward gently? And give yourself a break. Wrap your arms around yourself and say, I love myself. I know it sounds silly, but it'll work, because, the problem with all of us when we're blocked is that we've forgotten how to love ourselves. I learned this the hard way. I learned this by working with my dad, who's been dead some 23 years, when he asked me to help the dead who were stuck and hadn't made it to the afterlife. And we'll talk about that towards the end of the month. But the thing of it is, if you start just loving yourself, I love my big thighs. I love my stringy hair. I love my messy shells behind me. I love my kids, even though sometimes I'm wondering, why the heck did I adopt babies at my age? All of those kinds of things. Create a sense of humor, create a sense of relaxation around what you're doing, and then start looking at what you can do next. Whether you need to go back to school, whether you need to, talk to your boss about a job change, any of those things. So I hope that helped. Email me at robin@robinfritz.com. Let me know if that worked for you. People have contacted me on Facebook Messenger, which, you know, here I am, techie genius, right? Didn't even know what Facebook Messenger was, or still don't quite know how to get there. So your best bet is to email me at robin@robinfritz.com. So the crystal of the week, and thank you, CE, for volunteering. I so appreciate that. Crystal of the week, I'm going back to Preseli Blue Stone. Preseli Blue Stone is a rock, basically blue stone. Okay, it comes from the Preseli Hills in Wales. The mine is now closed, but the Preseli Hills in Wales was the mine where they got the stone for Stonehenge. Okay, very powerful stones. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for volunteering, and thank you for being here today. I hope that helped. You're awesome. Just keep telling yourself you're awesome, and that will help release those blocks. Preseli Blue Stone is pretty awesome. I have it here in a dragon pendant, and as a foundation stone of Stonehenge, that makes it pretty special. But it's also a very powerful grounding crystal, or stone, if you will, and extremely powerful. So, and it's very hard to find. So if you find real genuine, thank you so much. Thank you so much, CE. If you are really looking for it on the internet, be very careful because there are places where their stones just aren't healthy. I got the stone literally from Wales. But it is very powerful, and if you buy it, you may want to buy small pieces so you can buy several of them, because you will find that each stone, okay, so I'm holding up 2 stones right now. Each stone works differently, and it works depending on what side you're holding, and it's just truly remarkable. So it's a multi-dimensional stone, which hint, hint, is part of the thing that we're going to be talking about on Thursday at our webinar on why Atlantis and Lemuria are coming back to us. But Preseli Blue Stone is great for the conversation on reincarnation, because it will help you tap into past lives, what some people call the Akashic records, and it'll help keep you grounded and balanced at the same time. And plus, I admit that I am the first person to be the laziest person possible, you know, in my daily life. So I want things to work really fast, and Preseli Blue Stone works really fast. In fact, sit down while you're working it, because if you're sensitive to energy, what we call an empath or a clairsentient, a feelings person, it'll literally knock you flat. So you want to be sitting down when that happens. So check out Preseli Blue Stone. That's Preseli, Preseli Blue Stone, and let me know what your experience is on that. And I wish I could see comments here from people. I'm going to have to figure out how that works. So as we wrap up for today, I'd like to invite you again to join me at my radio show Mondays at 2 Pacific time, omtimes.com radio, the practical, intuitive, mind, body, spirit for the real world. Email me questions and comments, or call in for a live reading. Love to have you share. Next week, we're going to be talking about crystals, as I'm doing a couple of webinars next week. So let me tell you about my webinars here. You go to the experts platform at Learn It Live. So it's experts.omtimes.com/RobinFritz. And so this Thursday, October 5th, is a free webinar at noon Pacific time on Lemuria and Atlantis and what they have to do with us today. So if you're wondering how we can claim home today and how we can get rid of that feeling of missing home, tune in, join me, chime in with comments there. Robin, ROBYN, at robinfritz.com, Nicole. Thank you. It's ROBYNFRITZ.com. Or you can go to my Facebook business page, The Practical Intuitive Robin M. Fritz, and type in a comment there. But like I said, I figured out Facebook Messenger and found messages from July, and I'm like, what is this thing? So I'm well-meaning, but not real technically competent. Thank you, Nicole. You can also send me a friend request at my page, Robin M. Fritz, and we can connect that way too. So next week are my paid webinars. They're $15 each on October 11th at noon, Animals, the Afterlife, and Reincarnation. On Thursday, October 12th at noon, we're going to Working and Healing with Crystals. That will be fun. So if you have a small quartz crystal or can get one in the meantime, that would be my recommended choice for you to join me on that workshop. But tomorrow I'm going to be working with someone. We may be offering a crystal workshop every month. I would love to do that and give people more experience in working with Fallon and their own crystals. So join me October 12th at 11 Pacific time for Working and Healing with Crystals, and October 19th on clearing ourselves and clearing our spaces. It's a 2-hour webinar and condensing to work with you. So we'll be doing a lot of things together. So go to that experts platform to find out what we're up to. And here's a personal request. The Om Times people are amazing people. They've created this beautiful, wonderful community for us to connect with. And we're now moved from the Om Times magazine page to the Om Times Institute page. Please like both pages on Facebook, please, to show your support for them. And I would love it if you'd like my Facebook page, The Practical Intuitive, Robin M. Fritz. And let me know there what you'd like to talk about in future Facebook Lives. Because we're here for you. We're here to support you, and so that we can all grow in love and peace together and in our intuitive and healing abilities. So if you're interested in my services, you can find me at my website, robinfritz.com. I offer personal and business intuition, mediumship, space clearing. Did I say animal communication? Past life regression, between life regression, soul clearing, soul journeys, spiritual journeys, energy healing, a technique I call soul progression clearing. You can find a free webinar on that at the Learn It Live platform. But one thing that a lot of people really enjoy is buying an hour of my time and then using it up in 15-minute increments to look at personal or business issues intuitively. That's a lot of fun, and we can cover a lot of different things during the course of a month. So again, thank you for joining us today here at Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. I'm here every week at 11. You can join me at noon today at my personal business page, The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit, or that's my show, The Practical Intuitive, Robin and Fritz. We'll talk about whether it's safe to socialize with psychics, which is something I never thought I'd be thinking about, which happened to me last week at a party. But let's close today with a healing with the goddess, okay? And let's heal ourselves, which is always the first and most important things. And understand that the energy that Fallon and I work with is multidimensional energy, right? So it goes everywhere, and it's sentient. And I'll be doing a workshop on that too. So this energy knows what it needs to do and knows what it can do. And so all we're doing with it is speeding it on its way wherever it would like to go. And that's as simple as it sounds. It's also pure magic in action. And I will talk about that at future Facebook Live. So cross your hands on your heart and just breathe into the palms of your hands. And note that the palms of your hands offer healing energy. And just breathe in that and allow the energy of the universe to breathe with you. You're not channeling anything through your body. You're simply breathing. And now breathe into the palms of your hands. And as you do that, feel the air hit your palms. And then just offer your palms, turn them out, and let that energy go wherever it wants to go. It's smart. It knows what it's doing. And now cross your hands back on your heart, because let's bring some of that energy back to us. Let's help heal the grief that we're suffering as people who love other people this week, as people who are part of a community of love and healing, as intuitives and healers. And breathe into those palms of yours. Breathe peace and contentment. Breathe love. Breathe into the palms of your hands. And then put that energy back into your body to support you, to nourish you during the week, to help you as my beautiful CE who volunteered for a reading earlier, to clear out blockages. Self-healing energy can really help clear out those blockages. Use this technique. And thank you so much for joining me. Peace and love to all of you, and we'll see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.